are quite good. Attack warning. Is it for real? Attack warning. It's for bloody real.
Live from Colorado Springs, the Drop Culture Podcast.
Want to confirm, is this an exercise? Roger, copy. This is not an exercise.
Come on, quick, get down. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Drop Culture Podcast Quickcast.
It's a Quickcast, man!
We haven't done one of these in like how long now? Like 6 months?
20 years ago, we did a Quickcast.
Yes. I have 2 recorded, but we haven't done them. But anyway, my name is, what we do on this show is we just talk. My name is Brock.
His name is what we do on this show.
Yes, and your name is?
My name is Dan. Dan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dan? And what do we do on this show?
We talk.
We just talk.
Yeah, well,
about nothing.
this is our unwind episode. We get to just discuss whatever we want to talk about.
Talk about what we watched, what we've read.
Yeah.
Anything.
What we've been doing.
Experienced.
You know? Yeah. How experienced we are at life.
This is like going back to work after, or going back to school after summer.
Yeah, it is
but
a little
for
bit.
every week.
Yeah.
It's like, what'd you do? Oh, man, let me remember. Fuck. But yeah, we talk about anything pop culture, anything, really.
Anything, yeah.
It
That
has
doesn't
nothing
necessarily
do
have
with
to be
anything.
pop culture on the Quickcast, but
No,
it
but it's
usually
just fun.
gravitates back to that because that's what we do on.
We end up doing it because we got a passion for comics. Yes.
Yes.
Because comic books are pretty awesome. Movies, bitchin', music, anything you can think of. So, welcome back.
Welcome back. Just got sued.
So, Dan.
Yeah.
What have you been watching?
Oh, so I just had a recent catch up on a bunch of stuff, which was cool. Most of it I watched on my computer or my phone because I was traveling.
Modern cinema.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, when you got it, use it.
Hey, it's better than sitting in your hotel room watching. Okay.
ESPN, because they got 18 of those channels. And
All of
2
them have the
regular
internet
ones.
TV now, so a lot of times we'll have Max for free, or you can sign into your Netflix account, which I never do. Even though you can clear your credentials, it's not about that. I'm just lazy, especially on a TV remote. Get out of here.
Every time. Yeah, you're like, fuck, what is my password?
I don't even remember what email that's connected to. Great.
Damn it, I need to write that shit down.
Anyways.
Every time.
So I just recently, I'd say the last thing I watched was the new episode of Monarch.
Oh, shit, yeah.
On
right.
Apple Plus. And, yeah.
Pretty good?
Yeah, big reveal at the end. I liked it. And I think there's only 1 episode left, maybe.
Oh, shit.
1 or 2.
I forgot where I left off. I know that they were still on the ice. And it's whenever they were coming back. That's all I remember. So I need to start it over again because I really, really fucking enjoyed it.
It's really good, and it explains a lot that was going on behind the scenes up to the modern movies and in between 2 of them.
Right.
Which is kind of cool.
That is pretty awesome because they are tying that together. I thought that was so fucking brilliant the way that they did that. But just, not brilliant, but just cool.
Right.
They actually paid attention.
Yeah.
And they paid attention to the detail to throw into that world or the franchise or whatnot. And, I mean, you got some good investment in there. If you've watched those movies from 2014 on, yeah, you got some investment.
The stuff with Lee, which is the Russells are playing him. Kurt and Wyatt.
Yep.
Play him in different times. The stuff with him and then the other 2 scientists, Kiko or KK, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Not trying to be racist or weird. Yeah. I just don't remember.
Yeah. The man and the woman.
Yeah.
Couple.
They end up having a child together.
Mm-hmm.
But that whole story with all of them ends up being really cool. And there's some cool physics stuff involved with that, which is kind of neat. Cool.
But they've built that world so fucking honestly.
Yeah, I think we're up to episode 10.
Damn.
And it's really smooth. Yeah, it's like...
Maybe like 5 or 6, I think, is maybe where I'm at. So, yeah, I'm going to have to start it over again. Kind of just binge it.
Sure.
But, yeah, that show's always been really good. The effects have been good. The story's been good. The fucking acting's been good.
Generally, I think Kurt Russell's not going to sign on for bullshit at this stage in his life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He lends a credibility for us, our generation, that we're like, that dude, you don't fuck with him. He's like Clint Eastwood and fucking John Wayne put together in a way. So they're more modern.
I disagree.
You know?
I think he is more...
Pat Sajak and somebody else.
No. I was just going to say, I think Clint Eastwood and John Wayne are too similar of an archetype.
Yeah, that's
where
what I'm
there's
saying.
more of a comedy archetype with him as well, but it's more of an action comedy style. And I don't know that there was too many people before him that were like that.
No, there wasn't.
You know what I mean? And legitimate. Like,
that we know of, because I haven't ever really looked at it.
Right.
I know that there's,
Yeah,
I know
I'm sure
that there's something out there.
Somebody's going to tell us all about it, and that's just fine. Yeah, educate us. I love it.
And it'll be Tom Selleck.
And these are just off-the-cuff conversations, by the way. Nothing's being researched.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of Tom Selleck movies we had no idea.
Yeah, right?
Runaway.
Who was the Tom Selleck of the 40s?
Holy shit. It's his grandfather. How are they tied to Dorothy? Old Hollywood, man. I've been seeing a lot of shit on fucking YouTube, which is so funny, dude. YouTube has the weirdest fucking algorithm, and it'll send you down the shittiest rabbit holes. Like the Hollywood cabal and shit like that.
Yeah.
You're like, ugh. Of course we know that shit. Just like everything else. It's like, well, what are you going to do? Not make any movies? Fine. There's other shit. And there's going to be people that come up from...
Well, Hollywood itself was a cabal.
Yes.
Like before it was ever Hollywood.
Yeah.
Or not a cabal, it was like a revolt to the system.
Now think about it.
Because those were all filmed in what, New Jersey, New York? One of those. That's where all the movies were filmed.
At the very beginning.
Yeah.
Then they went out to California.
Well, they weren't treating the people involved making the movies like very well or something. Yeah. And most of those people were Jewish. And that's for a fact, like they kind of were cutting them out of the business. Yeah. So that's when they moved to Hollywood and made Hollywood and just started making movies. Was
it the Coen brothers or something? Somebody did the flicker stick thingy or whatnot, like the flicker. You're like, whoa, titties. Like there was no censoring back then. And it was always something like that. It was like some chick doing like ballet dancing splits or something.
Could you imagine back in like the 30s? What was it? Stag clubs. That's what it was. Yes. It was a bunch of dudes getting around drinking, watching some porn together. What?
And it was just like, hey, play that one again, Johnny. And it's just a dark fucking room and that whole fucking deal.
Old Jim's on the piano.
That's where Times Square went wrong. And they had to bring it back out from the 70s. Yeah, I don't know.
Stag parties are the weirdest thing, dude. Like I remember, like always hearing about those in like the early '80s, like off-color movies.
Yeah, it was always part of
or
something.
Late '70s, like those movies you watched in the mid '80s,
like Bachelor Party.
Yeah, and Animal House stuff
Animal
like that.
House, yes. Porky's.
Jesus
Christ, man. Porky's
Porky's
movies.
2, The Revenge.
Part 1 was bad enough.
Yeah.
Let's bring a part 2.
I think they made a third.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Or fourth. I don't know. Like, I'm sure they made a bunch of them after the fact, but I think I remember there being a 1 and 2 back in the day.
Isn't that how Menachem Golan and them made their money in their country? Off of like a stag movie.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was like full of like teenaged angst. And I've watched 2 movies in the last couple of months that are from kind of our time period. Trojan Horse. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
No.
That was weird.
And then the other one was... Oh, well, let me tell you about Trojan Horse first. Trojan Horse has Jennifer Love Hewitt and it's got some dude from Boy Meets World, not the main dude, but like his brother or something.
Okay. The London kid?
Something. He wore a lot of rings. It was kind of weird.
Oh, okay.
But
Maybe a friend. I don't know.
Yeah,
Who
and then
knows?
there's a whole bunch of different people that you'll recognize throughout it, and it's got Steve Austin in it, otherwise known as
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
The $6 million
$6 million man.
Lee Majors?
Lee Majors is
Okay.
in it, and he has a major part in it.
Really?
Yeah, so it's all about this kid, right, that's hopelessly in love with this girl.
First of all,
Yes,
I'm already
go.
bought into this movie. You don't have to tell me anymore. Lee Majors is in it.
You got Lee
Let's
Majors.
go.
There's a lot of things, and it's weird that I when I saw this, I was like, God damn, I reference this shit so much. Like, don't be a sissy lala and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy fuck, that's where I got that from. But no,
Yeah,
he's,
anyways, go on,
so
yeah.
So anyways, he's hopelessly in love, blah, blah, blah. Jennifer Love Hewitt is his best friend, but he can't see how much she loves him because
Of
he's
course.
in love with that. And then it's just like...
Because Jennifer Love Hewitt, unattractive.
Nah. Yes.
What?
Good God. Yeah, it's like, hey, dude, open them up. And they finally do at the end. You know what I
Sure,
mean?
sure.
But that's basically it. So he's basically in search of a condom the whole time.
Okay.
He wins a salsa contest and gets $100.
I remember this being a movie. Yes.
Had a Jaguar that got stolen.
I don't know that I saw it, or maybe saw just parts of it. You know how you do sometimes?
Yes.
But I remember this now that you said that.
That's
crazy.
That was it. And then at
And
the
it
end,
is the
they're like,
London kid, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember any. I remember at the time knowing
I don't
who
remember.
he was.
I don't remember who the star was.
Yeah, and
The main guy.
I don't remember him in anything since.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like,
Maybe it was the best friend. I don't know.
and
It
there's
doesn't matter, really.
And there's those jock
Meets
type kids were on everything too.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? Oh, Road Trip. Remember, like Road Trip was. It was a Todd Phillips movie, right?
Yeah.
Todd Phillips is in it and everything, and it was kind of like testing the waters on what you could do in there.
Sure.
And that was a fucking funny movie.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was just kind of out of the blue, and I watched it the other day thinking, damn, just like Euro Trip.
Yeah.
Road Trip and Euro Trip were the shit.
Yeah, I
You know?
agree. Both those movies are good.
Euro Trip, when he keeps waking, never drinking again. Every fucking time. But you never see him anymore.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, I'm going to go see my friend Mike. No, don't you mean Mika? She's a girl, idiot. But yeah, those kind of popped up in my weird feed, like Mannequin, like I was telling you. Dude, remember the 80s movies that had the animated opening credits? Kind of like, what's his nuts with One Crazy Summer?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like Savage Steve Holland, but it was...
Also, creator of Better Off Dead, yes.
And that actually might have been who did the titles. I don't know.
What are we talking about?
Mannequin.
Oh.
It was all animated. You remember those animated ones like on, where they just had a character that you would follow through all the credits and shit? Weekend at Bernie's or some shit.
Yeah.
But, and then at that point, it went downhill. Like, G.W. Bailey, shit. That dude is fucking cool as fuck. And he's been on so many shit. He's the same fucking dude in everything. Because not too long ago, I watched Rustler's Rhapsody again.
Okay.
You know, because I found it on VHS. It was like an old rental copy. I was like, oh, man, this is fucking perfect, right? And G.W. Bailey's in it. And he's fucking hilarious in that as the town drunk.
Of course.
That redeems himself. Tom Berenger with the fucking eyeliner. Which I'm just like, what the fuck? That is one of the funniest movies that Andy Griffith has ever done, too. Good God. Oh, well. Just like he's an old, Western queen.
Yeah.
He's like, why did you have to bring him here and put him on the sofa? You guys want to come in? Have a drink? Oh, poo. It's worth it all for that.
Sure.
Tom Berenger, not too. This is an individual kind of ensemble cool movie that it's like, it's not as good as fucking Some of the most of the shit that came out about that time.
Right, sure.
Like Lust in the Dust and shit.
For
Which
sure.
I want to watch that one again. It's been forever. What else you been watching? So Monarch.
Yeah. Well, we talked earlier. I watched that stupid Uncharted movie that I'd been putting off and realized I should have just kept putting that off. I was like, oh, this is why I haven't watched that.
That's a retirement movie.
Yeah, well, that's what I didn't know. I was like, well, I think it was just done scrolling. I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I was doing laundry anyways.
It's too much, isn't it? It's too much scrolling.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I watched the new Crisis on Infinite Earths animated movie that just came out like 2 days ago.
Oh, shit. I hadn't seen that one. Yeah.
It's part 1. There's going to be 3 parts. It's going to end that whole Tomorrowverse thing. So far, I'll be like, meh, okay.
Okay.
Part 1, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Well, yeah, I have no opinion one way or the other.
Right?
I really like the Echo show. That was really cool.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, Echo is fucking badass.
First of all, do you remember when She-Hulk came out? Mm-hmm. Everybody's like, Daredevil's going to be in it.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody watched She-Hulk. Let's be real. For the most part.
For the most part,
Yeah. Let's be real. There's like 5 She-Hulk fans out there. Just kidding. Don't do get at me. Whatever.
I like the show. I've watched
I
series
like
like
the series
4 or 5 times.
I like the series too, but there's all that anticipation, and it didn't happen for a while.
Right.
This one we get Daredevil, but not just Daredevil. We get like Netflix, Charlie Cox, season 2, already going after it. I'd say, season 3. He's in it, you know?
Taking down Kingpin's places. And that, I had never heard of Echo before, anything like that. I like the story.
Yeah.
And I think
they've definitely changed her to some degree from the comics to the show. Which is fine. Right. I like the direction it's in, actually. I really kind of dig the whole deal.
No, I like everything that they have going on it. The fight scenes were very, 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 very good.
Yeah, a lot of those continuous shot fights, which I like, or at least fight scenes,
It looked believable, some of the fast moves, too.
Yeah.
It looked seamless, and just her speed.
Yes.
Because it's like if that's her, wow.
Right.
That's all I got to say, because that's fast. And it looked faster than Bruce Lee type shit,
Right.
Just like seamless, like she'd running across
I'm sure
the room.
It's both, to some degree, but that's the magic of movie making.
And that's the best part too. Yeah, it's just when the fight scene. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. Probably gonna spoil some stuff.
Yeah.
From this point on, so you can skip like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Check in, whatever.
Yeah. Just check in. Just like hit the 30-second. But that whole fight scene in the skating rink.
Yeah, that
was pretty legit.
Yeah,
and she kicked some ass.
The first fight scene in the first show, the first episode, I was like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah,
you got me. And Daredevil was in that one, and I'm like, oh, okay.
And she holds her own.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
and he's like, nope, got to get out later. So he's not. Yeah, Charlie Cox knows how bad she is.
Right.
I don't know. It's just that Daredevil is like the shit.
Yeah, for sure. That was super good. I love her arc, and I love that it's about family.
Yeah,
but it's not like family in the way Blue Beetle was about family.
right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's about real like traumatic family stuff.
Yep.
But also like your whole lineage, your whole family.
Right.
Yeah,
going all your ancestors.
Yeah.
Like when they show up, the one scene is like Alabama. I was like, Greenbow? Is that Greenbow, Alabama? And they have the mound and they're playing that game. Yeah. You're like, man, that's really cool to see a lot of that stuff. I like that Disney is incorporating that. They're trying to be on the right side of history, even though they've always been on the wrong side.
Right, but the first step is admitting, yeah, and then then you got to do some shit about it. So that's fine,
right? And that's
as long as they're getting better and not so fucking crazy. Politically correct with all the decisions for a fucking imaginary movie.
Yeah,
I'm not okay with that. Like, you don't have to try to gender bend or.
No,
I'm not saying it's okay. It's okay if you do once in a while.
Yeah, Well,
But like, not every character has to be. Echo specifically hits a lot of. She's Native American.
Mm-hmm.
She's handy capable. You know,
got a disability.
has a disability. She's deaf. So like she.
Yeah, she fits.
But she's a badass character.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's the cool part about the way that they're introducing them. Like
Right.
that. They're saying, you know what? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Which I think that's why I kind of think it's cool too.
Right.
You know, because it does. It hits a lot of those topics that are everywhere, just like the show formula too.
Right.
The show formula hits that, you know, it's the family, and now they're kind of deepening it and going to the lineage, but then also having the funny aspects of the family, and like it's a formula that you can see played out right now.
Yeah. But different in some ways, I think.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Yeah.
you know, it's a deeper, and not just on the family side, but it's a deeper problems than you would normally find in a Disney show.
Right.
And
A lot of killing.
it's a hella brutal. Like when he beats the hell out of that ice cream guy in the dumpster, I was like, holy shit.
But they're showing the savagery
Yeah.
of Kingpin.
As they should, because
Yes.
that's who he is.
Making him bigger is just like fucking cool as shit. Because even them because you know he had to have an appliance for the big neck, right?
Sure.
Because when I was seeing that, I was like, good God. Dang. If you were to see him profiled with the profile of like the comic book, you'd be like, damn, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
It's like
absolutely.
Captain Kurtz, man. You know? It really is.
Well,
I mean,
he I would say out of all the villains I've seen played for any comic book, anything, he's probably the number one to me. Like he does that character so well. Like he fits it so well.
Right.
And he's got a bit of charm to him, as you would expect the Kingpin 2 when he's like,
He's nice.
yeah.
He's nice to certain things.
But man, he's got that rage that just sets off, right? He can only contain it for so long, you know?
I want to go back and watch the last seasons because I want to see
Of the Netflix stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I can just see that where they were delving into his
yes.
past. You know,
Season 3 was so good.
I
I was like ready for for one more, you know, and I'm like, everything's happening.
nope.
Nope. You
But
done,
yes,
son?
but they're going to start filming on a new one, so
Yeah.
hopefully it'll be as good.
And at some point, we're getting John Berthenol as the Punisher in the Marvel Universe. So that's exciting, too. I'll take that.
He fits it
Yeah.
100%. I watched.
It's too short, but yeah.
What was that movie? Yeah. Do you remember that movie, The Accountant?
The what?
The Accountant with Accountant
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
with
John Berthenol?
Yeah, and fucking what's his nut? Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, he was like playing the same dude. I've
Yeah.
seen him on podcasts and everything, and he's like, yeah, I fucking used to fight all the time.
Yeah. It sounds like he used to get into it.
He knows that shit. So I don't know. It's crazy being the Punisher. You actually pick somebody that does kind of have that in them.
Little edge to him, yeah.
Yeah.
As you'd have to.
Yeah. Damn, it's been forever since I watched the Punisher series too. I've kind of been revisiting some stuff. I watched Peacemaker Friday night, almost every single episode in a row.
Wow.
Got to the last one, and I was like, it's 2:00. I'm going to go to sleep. But that one is that is a great show too. Jesus. With Eagle E and fucking Vigilante. Vigilante is like amazing in that show. Everybody in their base of operations in his hometown was at Lauder Video, which is so fucking weird because last month and the month before, all I was doing was watching Basket Case over and fucking over 1 through 3 until I would start them over.
Wow.
Dude,
That's a lot of basket case,
that
brother.
was a lot. Thank you, Tubi.
I think you are now probably the world's leading expert on
No.
basket case.
There's so much in it. Oh, it's so fucking great. I love that movie. But yeah, just kind of revisiting some older stuff. Maybe I'll revisit. I need to do Daredevil all the way through. but it's been such a long time.
Yeah.
Remember when all those came out? It was like, wow, who's Jessica Jones? I'll watch it later. Second season. Oh, did Jessica Jones get a second? Yeah, I'll watch that one later. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
But
it was slow. I think that's for me. Like when I first watched it, I was like, man, this is kind of dragging. I like Purple Man as a villain. So
yeah,
that was cool. And I didn't really know much about her because I don't think she entered the comics until like, what?
Well, they retconned her.
Yeah, I know they retconned her, but I mean,
which is fucking crazy. Like the Sentry, you
Yeah.
know? I don't even know who the fucking
But
Sentry is. Yeah,
I think Robert something or other.
Jessica.
No. The Sentry.
The Sentry?
Yeah, Robert. I can't remember his last name.
McCambridge. I just made it up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Not Steve Yeun. He dropped out of playing him. Just some.
There's that.
I think the writers.
The writers'
strike and all that kind of messed up a lot of people's schedules, anyways.
Oh,
which makes sense,
yeah.
you know.
I can see that.
Think there was any animosity there.
Yeah.
But no, not. But wasn't she in the Alias comic?
Yep.
She was the main character.
Started,
so when was that? It's 2000s, right?
Yeah, early 2000s.
Okay.
Late 90s, maybe?
Okay.
Because I remember seeing the Alias comics, but I thought it was for the TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And I was just like, man.
Weird marketing.
I know, right? It's kind of at an odd time.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
But there's so many, like, what I when they came out, it kind of opened everything up to being more adultish.
Yeah.
And then Blade 3 came out.
Yeah.
You know, I did watch Blade 3. Blade 2, I gotta say, that's a very entertaining movie, and I like that one. I don't really like Blade 1.
Yeah.
And then Blade 3 is entertaining enough to where I'll watch it multiple times.
I think Blade 3 is the most fun of them.
It is. It is.
By far.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to be like, I'm going to watch a Blade movie, I'll probably watch Blade 3. Plus, Jessica Biel's in it.
Yes, and she's pretty badass. Yeah. Yeah. And we got Parker Posey for some fucking reason as a vampire, and that dude from some TV show.
They have a wrestling guy in there?
Yeah.
Triple H.
Yeah, that's right.
Triple H is a
Triple
vampire. Ryan Reynolds, early Ryan Reynolds.
Same character.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, I always say this because people forget, man. I remember watching him on Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. And it was Two Guys and a Girl was the name of the show. And then it was Two Guys and a Girl and a Pizza Place because they bought a pizza place. But he was one of the three friends.
Oh, shit.
And he was a hockey player.
Oh. Because he's from Canada.
Yeah. And he played Ryan Reynolds. And I liked him on that show. So I'm like, yeah, I'll watch more of this guy. He's funny, you know?
Right?
So,
yeah. He's been around forever.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I know, huh?
That was pre-2000s. That was 90s.
God damn.
I think.
Damn. Shit. Back then,
No, is that right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I want to say that was like 98, 99 maybe.
I know the show, but I didn't know he was part of it.
Yeah.
Which, now look at him.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
Yeah. Drink my gin.
Yeah. Well, he sold that.
Oh, he did?
Made like $1 billion.
Of course.
And then he still owns most of Mint Mobile, I think, if not all of it. So
does the commercials.
Yeah.
The ones that come up on my YouTube all the time. No, but back to Echo. Echo seriously kicked ass. The Power of Love thing was the only thing that kind of got me, but I understood it. You know what I mean?
The Huey Lewis song?
Yeah, well, she gave him the power of love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, to defeat him and no big battle and shit. She was just like...
Yeah, but it just temporarily sunned him because his anger was still more, it seemed like.
Yeah, it was like the power of love. You know, and I was like, oh... Well, I thought this was going to be like a good knockdown, drag out, and she's going to walk out. But no, she's like, peace.
Let me change your heart.
And he's like, what did you do to me?
And maybe that's why, if this progresses the way I think it will, and again, back to spoilers, the last scene, which is weird because neither one of us had seen. I was on like episode 4, I think. I think you were too.
Yeah.
And
About
I said,
to watch the last one. Yeah.
You know, if this ends cool, they could go into where he goes to become mayor. And lo and behold, that last end scene, like after the credits,
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh,
At first, it was like, nah, didn't. No, he didn't.
I didn't,
That's
but it
fucking
makes
cool.
sense."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was a cool.
But if
fucking,
you think about that, because he was talking to his people on the phone, like, we need to sew this up, blah, 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 blah. Turns that up, and you can see him getting that idea. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, he has to give away all the gangster stuff to become the mayor.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So is that the change that she made in him?
Maybe.
But then his own internal darkness will eventually
It's
take
still
over.
going to take over, yeah.
And what he did in the comics was he made a vigilante powers act or something just in New York as the mayor of New York. So kind of like the Superhero Registration Act from Civil War.
Yeah, I got
But
you.
it was just in New York. And I
He
think
was the first one to do it, huh?
yeah, because he hates Daredevil.
He just wanted to
No,
ruin his life.
I think this was after Civil War, wasn't it? Maybe before. I don't remember. Continuities. There's too many worlds for me to know all the continuities.
Right. No, man, I've been concentrating on my reading, too.
Yeah?
Dude, a lot of Hawkman. The Hawkman mythos is, I don't know, it's fascinating right now. I kind of want to, I would love to write a Hawkman comic.
Do
or
it.
something, you know? I mean, just something about all the iterations, because I was reading one series and they show all the different timeline Hawkmen, and it's fucking pretty cool.
Right.
On the different worlds, all the different ones that they have, and the exploration of that, I think would be ridiculously awesome, you know? Because it's weird, because sometimes, I mean, they're descendants of each other, right? Carter Hall and Qatar Hall. They're descendants of each other, so they're essentially the same soul, but yet they meet each other. So there's all this weird shit that's surrounding them.
Okay.
You know? But also, I wanted to start again with some more Spectre stuff. You know, just kind of read more like I did with Swamp Thing and read everything. You know, and then that's where Azrael came from. I was just like, oh shit, I remember that. He was pretty badass.
I remember that guy.
Yeah, John Paul Valley. But yeah, I've read Hawkworld cover to cover, I think 3 times last week.
Okay.
I love it. I love the idea because it reminds me a little bit of Magnus Robot Fighter and just shit that's up my alley.
Yeah, for sure. I could see that.
Yeah, but I fucking love it. But just been reading all that shit.
Comics, I've been reading Canary, which only has its 2nd issue out thus far.
What is Canary?
Canary is a Scott Snyder comic. And it takes place in kind of the gold rush period, mining period out. And it takes place in Colorado, but it's a horror comic.
Oh.
And it's pretty good so far. So
is it one of the newer ones?
Oh yeah, it's on number 2, and I think the 3rd one comes out pretty quick.
It's like Basket Full of Heads and stuff like that.
I think it's an independent comic. I honestly couldn't tell you. I think in fact, I couldn't even tell you what publication it's under.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But I like Scott Snyder a lot, so
yeah. And
the comic's cool, and it takes place in Colorado, so
right,
neat.
Yeah.
And the art's really good.
Yeah.
And I could shout out the artist to you, but I don't know.
Oh.
And it's not because he's probably not well known. I just don't remember offhand.
He probably is, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man.
But yeah, I've been reading that, and then I've just finished up the Wolverine versus Predator, or Predator versus Wolverine, as it were.
Yep.
Did you finish that?
Nope.
Nope.
Still got the last issue to read.
I will not talk about that then, but it was good.
Yeah.
It was expected to me.
Yeah. I could see.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool so far, so I'm
just
ready
different,
for it to kind of wrap up. Yeah. I had that Fire and Ice, right? Fire and Ice, the Frazetta Bakshi, or however you say his last name, a collaboration movie. Fire and Ice was so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I loved that movie. And then I saw the comic the other day. It was like, what? Are they redoing? No. And they follow the fucking story on the inside, but they give you Frazetta-esque lines in it.
Okay.
But not as precise as far as like I don't know. I think it maybe is. I need to look at it before I would say what it really resembles, but it gives you that same lore, and it's so fucking detailed and shit, and you're getting to see the whole fucking movie go out in fucking comic book form. So I've only seen them at 2 different places, but it's fucking really good, you know?
Heck yeah.
Like, it'd be cool if they did a Kroll one, you know? Which they might. All of these, the facsimile books now. You see how popular that shit is?
Yeah.
I've been getting some.
I have not.
I have.
And that's cool.
Because I like them.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool covers, too. A lot
and they're
of them.
issues that I've always wanted to have.
Sure.
And they've done this, and I remember the Marvel Archive ones that I had back in the day. I always was just like, these are bullshit. Now they're selling for hundreds of bucks.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck.
Yeah, no doubt that they'll be worth something, I'm sure.
I got the first, or Wolverine #1, the one where he's kind of doing that. Got that one the other day, and then the Jason Todd Batman, where he lives instead of dies. Because I read it on Infinite one night and was like, damn, that's cool. That's fucking really cool.
I haven't read that one. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's the same fucking thing, except for a couple of panels are changed.
Oh,
which is
perfect.
really cool, you know?
Yeah.
Which
I'm glad he died in like hindsight.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have voted for that when I was a kid.
Nah, probably not. Huh?
But I'm like, we got Red Hood out of it.
Yeah.
So I'll take
exactly.
it.
Exactly, right? That's the cool part. That's where it like evened out in the right way.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, and then I read Vengeance of Bane.
Okay.
The first appearance of Bane too, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because I read most of Nightfall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. And I have the Breaking of the Bat, you know.
Have you read the Tales of the Dark Knight Venom series?
Not yet. I know we were talking about that.
You should check that out.
Yeah. It's all about the fucking his serum.
But it's Batman taking it.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't save this kid.
Oh, in
the river.
Well, what was the one that I was watching that he actually did have superhuman strength, and maybe it was
he's had that in a few.
Yeah, it was one of the Tales of the Bat deal where he was lifting like 1,000 pounds.
I think that was probably that one, the Tales of the Dark Knight specifically. Is that comic. Is the comic line.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was a Shadow of the Bat.
There was Shadow.
Yeah.
They've had
as far as titles go.
Yeah. And those were the ones that were kind of a little bit more gritty. But they still had really good comic book art. I like Bronze Age and the art in the Bronze Age was just so basic, but it's still, I don't know, cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Very detailed.
What's considered the Bronze Age?
That would be the early 80s, late, or like 71 to 89 or some shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was kind of when art changed. I could see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When McFarlane got into the mix, and so did everybody else. But geez,
it's McFarlane. McFarlane.
It's like his Spider-Man series changed the fucking game.
Well, his just being the amazing Spider-Man stuff he did was amazing before he even did his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
It's like, holy shit.
Yeah. Well, I felt like we got like right around then. Claremont was really.
Yeah, Chris Claremont was always
like
up
that.
there.
Wasn't that like when he was kind of changing the X-Men too?
Mm-hmm. 91.
Yeah.
Around 91 was a pretty exciting.
Was that Claremont still?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, because they had X-Men Classic.
Because that was maybe Jim Lee drawing on it.
That's right.
Yeah.
They Chris Claremont, Jim Lee did the first one, or X-Men 1 through, and they introduced Omega Red.
New one.
Yeah, where Omega Red, fucking pretty much everybody from Weapon X.
Yeah.
Weapon X was probably one of the stories that really did change my early comic book mind to kind of be like, oh, that's pretty serious.
Yeah.
I remember just loving that when it came out.
Yeah. I collected all of them when they came out for sure.
Obsessing over it because it was just such a small little portion of the stories in there. but yet it was enough to where you just be like, fuck.
I always liked the Marvel Comics Presents comic anyways, because you got 2 comics in it generally.
Pretty much.
And I was like, okay, I know you don't get like a longer story, but you get introduced to different characters that way.
Sometimes 3 too.
Yeah, yeah.
3 or 4, they'd have like
For sure.
like 4 or 5 pages.
They went through a while though where you would flip over it and would be a different cover.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. But yeah, so I always kind of liked that. Oh, I was going to say while we were on the topic of the Red Hood and everything, I just recently, it's been out for a while, but I always wait until all the patches and stuff are done. I played Gotham Knights. It's free on Game Pass. And you can play as, so basically Bruce Wayne gets killed by Ra's al Ghul, sort of. Like, I'm not going to ruin the story. He blows up the mansion, kills both of them. And he leaves like some messages for the Bat family. So you can play as Nightwing, Jason Todd, Red Hood, Barbara Gordon's Batgirl, or Tim Drake's Robin.
Tim Drake.
Yeah, wouldn't that be better? It's Tim Drake.
Yeah, my name Tim Drake,
motherfucker. But yeah, you can play as either one of those through the story, or you can switch up in between.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool.
It's cool. I might have to try it. I did download the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I almost got to play in. It was like hit start to play, right? And then I was like, fuck, I got interrupted with something. I forgot what it was. But and I was like, fuck, and I never went back and played it.
Oh, dude.
So it's on it, and it's ready to go.
Ready to go.
All baited out. And I was just, fuck. But I like the Xbox games that I always liked back then were the little bitty kid ones. Mm-hmm. Like the one where the frog would spit the ball. It's like, it sounded like ski balls clacking. And then Feeding Frenzy was a cool one. And Peggle. Dude, Peggle's addictive as fuck.
I don't even know what any of those things are.
Peggle's just like, it's almost like a slot machine game kind of deal.
Okay.
Same kind of atmosphere.
Okay.
But it's like pinball, but you basically, you have a character at the very middle, and you have all these bumpers everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. And you have to knock certain balls out. Right? You got to hit all the red ones or whatever, right? Okay. So you can aim and it bounces off of shit and you got to, it's
like Super Breakout?
Kind of, but a little bit more.
But a little more, yeah.
And you could hit shit and open different things.
Oh, okay.
So it's more strategy most of the time because you can hit shit and it's like...
Sounds like a mobile game.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah, but it was on Xbox.
Yeah. Well, of course, because nobody had smartphones back then.
Yeah, it was on the 360 and it was the shit. And I play that one every once in a while now, too.
Nice.
I like those games like that. But I just... It's the time to invest in the character part. I would love to.
So I think that's the cool part about the Chainsaw Massacre. That's a pick up and you play around. And around, I don't remember how long they are, but they're not super long.
Yeah.
15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. I don't remember offhand.
Yeah, it's not bad, yeah.
But you choose to either be one of the killers, you're like part of the family, or you can choose to be one of the people trying to escape. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just cool.
Yeah, I need to put it on.
Yeah.
I found a 5-port HDMI switcher that I had from back fucking like 20 years ago. It feels like, right? And finally got everything because I have a monitor that's about as big as yours, right? About 22 something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something like that. And it's only got one port on the back. So I hooked it up and now I'm like, oh shit, Blu-ray player, fucking
nice.
DVD, VCR, fucking Xbox, Apple TV. I'm like, god damn. It's a lot of shit to hook up. But you know what's so fucking cool about that? Is whenever I was a kid, I would have killed for everything that I have right now. So I might as well fucking enjoy it.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean?
That's right.
I'm like,
Absolutely.
I can play guitar while I'm watching a movie and play a game right afterwards. It's everything my young 13-year-old mind was craving. Oh yeah, and I'm married too. Boy, you know what I mean? I mean, everything imaginable.
It all came true.
It's all there. There's just a lot of fucking really cool shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, yeah, and I've been playing a lot of guitar, just really, literally learning as much as I can now.
There you go.
It's pretty fun. Me and Tyson have gotten together, and really tried to, I don't know, just jam.
Nice.
We got some shit.
Right on.
Should have a couple new songs coming up. I hope.
Right on.
Right on, right on.
I'm interested to hear. I would like to hear them.
And then I got some good news about my art stuff too, because it's been a long time since we talked, huh?
Yeah.
Jesus. Damn. Yeah. I'm just, dude, for real. Like, Street Trash was on my list for the longest time too, watching it over and over again. Which, what the fuck is that movie? Right? Wow. It's so unusual that you can't take your eyes off of it. You know?
It's been a while since I've seen that one, but yeah.
But it was cool in Peacemaker. They did Hin and Lauder video, and I was like, wow, why is that there? That is so weird that I guess James Gunn probably liked Basket Case and all that shit.
Probably,
you know?
yeah, I would assume.
So, I mean, Hin and Lauder made some weird fucking movies, and there were some weird people in his weird fucking movies, but they were badass.
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
know what it is about them that I love them.
They have rewatchability for sure.
Like Basket Case, how the lighting in there is just like them with a flashlight, or a couple of them taped on a fucking broomstick.
Well, did we
We did it.
Did we do Basket Case or Basket Case 2?
Basket Case 1.
I couldn't remember if it was part of a Drop in Deuces or not.
No, well, we might have to do 2 and 3 because they're basically interrelated big time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and they really are the continuation of everything. Which they had to time jump, it looked like. They went from, late 70s to fucking late 80s. And they had to make it look right.
And did they?
No. They got close.
They tried
because
with
really,
what they had.
Yeah, really the only thing that they had to do is make sure Belial and fucking Home Dude were they look the same.
Right.
But then whenever Belial's getting some in part 2, you're like, what the fuck am I watching? What in the shit? He's fucking a head with legs. There's something coming out of that woman's stomach. She's like, he doesn't want to leave yet. That's my baby. And it's like, wah, but it looks like a fucking Audrey too. Whoa. I was just amazed at the thought that went into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where does that come from? It's insurmountable in my head, and it takes up a lot of real estate most of the time too. Like, how fucked up is that? That is so imaginative. Yeah. What if cartoon was cool? Why did it become the Peggy Carter show?
I think that they wanted to build off their Universal characters that they had saving the world last time. Mm-hmm. But I thought if they were going to do that and have a continuation of a story, that was okay. The only one that I didn't really like was the 1602 one.
It was a little different.
It was just dumb. Like, 1602 is a cool thing you could do
anytime.
Yeah, it's like more like an Elseworlds than a What If, because it had continuity.
Right, you could use it, yeah.
And they changed stuff in that, which is fine. I don't care. But I just thought it was the weakest part of the story, of the overarching story.
Yeah, I liked her, taking on Steve.
Yeah, her and Kahori.
Yeah,
I really liked the episode with her.
Yeah, that was a really cool deal
for being a character that's created for the show, like that episode. And then, not to digress from that battle, but for background for anybody who hasn't watched it, Kahori's a character that was created for the show, and she is a Mohawk Indian, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
Mohawk Nation. I don't whatever the right thing to say is there.
Yeah, I think it's Mohawk Nation.
Yeah. And she gained superpowers, and there's that story. The whole story was cool. That whole episode was cool. Yeah. And then to have her, obviously had the, I've been looking for you for a long time. Strange shows up at the end, right?
Right.
And for that to come back around at the end of the season, I'm okay with there's a season interconnected storyline to some degree. Mm-hmm. I think they almost kind of did it right in this one, almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a What If is generally a just that.
It's a
right?
one-off. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
should
just
be
like
a one-off. Yeah.
But they've done that throughout the history of the What If comics, too. They brought some of those characters back around. You know, like they did a story arc in those called Timequake or something like that brought up some characters together.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. It would be cool if we got everything else.
That fight scene was pretty cool, though, at the end, the, like, ultimate episode there.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty neat.
They were all pretty cool. Everything, I like.
Infinity Stone armor. They brought the Killmonger back from the end of last season.
Right.
And like she's just like, he's gone.
Later.
And Peggy takes that armor.
Yeah. It's like, holy shit.
I think the only thing I saw on the internet that was really hating on it was the fact that she like holds all those stones in her hands and punches them. Mm-hmm. When like the only reason Peter Quill could hold the Power Stone was because he was half celestial and he shared it with his team. You know what I mean? So like I could see that maybe that's an issue.
I see.
But
I'm gonna put my feet up.
Even the one so I love that the first episode was Blade Runner with Nebula. 100%.
It was pretty awesome, yeah.
And then I like that we got the kind of gladiatorial Mad Max fight with Iron Man. I thought that was kind of neat.
That was a very enjoyable one,
and it was one like I didn't expect. I'm like, oh
no, yeah, it was a good one-off
Transformer.
Right there. Yeah. It just makes me think every those like that is whenever they brought in GoBots on the fucking holiday special.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like GoBot killed his parents. They're real. Drax hates GoBots, but yeah, no, it did turn into the Peggy Carter show because she was in what 4 episodes?
3, anyways.
At least, yeah.
She was in the first one with Natasha, where she falls through the hole. That was where she fought the Stomper.
Mm-hmm. Hydra Stomper.
Where he was like the Winter Soldier, basically. It was Steve Rogers,
right.
Which really was off of the episode from last season too, right?
Yeah,
which was cool.
Yeah.
And then she was in the 1602, right?
Yeah.
And then she was in the main episode.
Yeah, the last
episode.
Yeah, so it was only 3. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know that for sure.
Still, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I would like to see a Punisher story. I would like to see a Wolverine. I can't wait till they bring in the mutants.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking about, dude. So, like, I just want this show to keep going, this What If show to keep going for like the next, 5 years. And here's why. Because eventually we're going to get that Mahershala Ali Blade, right?
Mm. Yeah.
And we know before that even happens, we're probably getting mutants, right? Deadpool 3 is going to help bring that in.
Yeah.
I could actually see the What If Wolverine became Lord of the Vampires episode from the comics on that. On the screen, and I would be super happy about that is all I'm saying.
Yeah, they
like you could make that right now and pretense it, because let's be real, probably the people who are watching this either know about Marvel and comics. You know what I mean? It's not like
some understanding of where it is, and
I don't think your average watcher of that show is probably just saying.
They'd be like, who's that?
But they do kind of stick to the MCU stuff, so maybe
yeah.
You know,
they'd be like, "Ooh, fucking!" The kids are like, "Man, that Fantastic Four is going to be famous because of What If now."
Yeah.
Whoa.
Who are these guys?
Whoa, they just made them famous.
Yeah. Well, with a name like Johnny Storm, come on.
I'm looking forward to that too. I'm looking forward to anything that's coming up. But we've had a dry spell in movies.
Well, we're gonna have for this year too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
the
only thing coming out on Marvel's side to Deadpool 3.
I'm talking about like generally overall. With the writer's strike, it kind of did.
Oh, of course, push some stuff out.
Yeah, and it's just we had this year that's kind of we've been playing catch up with. I guess.
I think we had some big stuff. Like Oppenheimer was obviously pretty good.
Yeah,
you know,
that was a huge one.
That was an okay movie from what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
Barbie killed it. I haven't seen it. It's on Max.
I mean, huh? Why? And it's all over Max.
Yeah.
You can't like be on any screen.
Yeah.
They trap you in Barbie land.
I'll probably watch it sometime.
I know.
I just figure it's going to be when somebody in this household wants to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, let's watch Barbie. I'll be like, yes.
What's funny is like me and my wife tease each other with it.
Uh-huh.
but both of us want to watch it.
Yeah, right.
And then we're like, no. You want to watch it? I'll hit play right now. And she's like, no, I don't want to watch it. But she's like, well, maybe. And I'm like, oh. It's like, it's so weird. We both do that. It's like, I don't want to say I want to watch it. That's that, you know, because we haven't got together since holiday break. So
true.
Yeah, I had a lot of family time during holiday break. It was nice. Did you have a good holiday break?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Good time.
I know we're in the middle of January now, talking about Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's just like butt ass cold out.
What the fuck?
I think about things though, like when I went outside this morning, it was like 2 degrees. So rather than think that it was 6 degrees, I thought, well, in 2 hours, the temperature has tripled. That's amazing.
Tomorrow is supposed to be like negative and shit.
I don't want to talk about that anymore. Luckily, I'm off the next 2 days.
Yeah.
MLK Day, and then I took a little personal day after that. Just had some things I needed to get done.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
None of the things that I have to get done require me to be like outside physically working in the cold.
Yeah, that's the shit.
Zang.
Yeah. Zang. Yeah. Hell yeah. Shit, I don't have to leave the house ever. I can get everything delivered except for gas.
I spent the last week traveling in Wyoming from town to town.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I roam from town to town.
On the road again.
Go through life without a care.
It's cool. You get to see a lot of the country, but you just get to see the highway country.
Well, there's parts like when I come down from Cody into the rest of Wyoming, like you have to go through a national park. And yeah, so
You got to pay for it every time.
No, I don't pay for anything. I just go through there, and there's no. I don't think like I'm not stopping to hang out.
Well, I know. If there's somebody there, you got to stop, right?
Yeah,
But
I don't know. There's nobody.
don't.
It's just a road that goes
Yeah.
through there. Like that's your only way to get to these other places.
because we took.
So that's kind of pretty.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I think the coolest thing is just seeing because I'll stop occasionally just to get out and stretch my legs, whatnot.
Yeah.
And seeing I saw 2 bald eagles going kind of after each other playfully.
Ooh,
I was like, that's
cool.
kind of cool. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Shit you don't see all the time.
Yeah. Like how often do you see bald eagles in your day? I see them once, twice a month.
Yeah, I know, right? I had one in my backyard.
Nice.
But it was like a teenager.
Oh, that's cool though.
I got pictures of it. I was proud of that motherfucker. And I was
Did you say
close to it.
Murica?
No. Pretty much. That's what I was thinking.
Did you name it Murica?
It was pretty much. It was like, there you go, America. But no, it was eating a squirrel,
Okay.
right?
As you do.
In my wood pile. And because my wife was like, come look at this. Is there a chicken in our backyard? Because
Sure, I could totally see that. Bald eagles.
Never thought. But
Young
this
bald
one,
eagles kind of look.
yeah, they have the spots on them and shit, right?
Well, and when they're real young, they're
Yeah.
real goofy looking.
Yeah, these are like whenever they're old enough to hunt, and so I get he was
So
probably in
probably
his
a yearling
20s
or something, yeah.
he was probably in his 20s, bird years, right? He's experimenting with hair dye and shit. But I walked up to him. I think I was only about 10 foot away, 5 foot away, something like that.
Nice.
I wasn't going to get any closer and be
Yeah.
like, you're mine now. No. I was like, that is fucking cool. I just want a really good picture. Nothing like seeing fucking wildlife in your backyard. That's the shit.
Absolutely.
Having
Unless it's a bear, which I see occasionally. Get out of here, you asshole.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight you about it, but I'm going to yell.
Yeah, get on out.
Get on out of here.
There's like fucking mountain lions around here that are
Yeah.
hanging out on fucking telephone poles, stalking us.
Dude, I think about that. Like my kid was getting ready to go on a hike at the high school,
Right.
And they had to call off the hike because there was a mountain lion right out there. I'm like,
He's like, come on.
come on up, bring the
Hey.
children's, bring the children's.
I'm cool.
Cool as a cat.
I'm just going to hang out right here. You just can't pet me.
fuck that.
I know. There's a lot of that shit. I mean, I'm just waiting for the raccoons to like have pistols.
That's too much Marvel in you right there. Little Guardians of the Galaxy.
Just imagine a little.
It's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, but just imagine a little bitty.
Bradley Cooper?
No,
okay.
A little bitty raccoon holding like a big hog leg, like a 44.
Like a full size 44?
Yes.
Oh.
Like it takes two of them to hold the sides, and one of them to kind of hold it in the middle, in the front, and then like two of them to pull the trigger. It looks so cute, but it's deadly. They work in unison.
No.
You're like, holy fuck, they're fast.
They were 4 orphaned raccoons.
All they had was a gun to play with.
You killed that mother.
They saw how it was done. They're like, we're going to do this. They're like the Ninja Turtles.
They're the Raccoon Revengers.
Oh, shit. Raccoon Revengers. Just 4 of them.
That's right.
And they know how to use
I wonder
weapons.
if they know those turtles.
They might. They got a lot of... Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, again, is blowing up.
Well, yeah, that Mutant Mayhem movie did very, very well.
Still didn't see it.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's available somewhere. But, yeah, it's not like on my hot list. But everybody says it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And I'll probably watch it sometime.
Of course. Of course.
Probably the first one, maybe when I watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's retirement.
Yeah.
Watching right there. It's shit that I don't need to have real estate in my brain. I'd like to watch, but I don't really care.
That last Ronin story was really good in the comics, though.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they did some sort of an adaptation of that. Because I would watch that.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
Eastman and
dark
Laird.
shit.
Yeah, Eastman and Laird. Their comic book was dark as fuck.
Well, and I think Laird was involved, or one of them was involved in making this one,
Right.
The Last Ronin.
Is it Eastman and Laird?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that they were an independent.
Yeah, they were like.
And
Did they publish through Kitchen Sink?
I don't remember who they did.
I thought so. I don't remember.
But it was something like to where they weren't prepared for it. And shit, and it just took off because they were in their house.
I love that they got the idea for Shredder from a Cuisinart.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Dude, yes. And then Rick Moranis, he's like, what do we got on here? A Cuisinart? There's a Tubman 601 error in the movie that we're going to talk about today, too.
Oh, yeah.
The Tubman 601.
Yes.
But I guess we should wrap it up. I mean, it's been fun, guys, but we got to go. This is the Dropped Culture Podcast Quickcast. This is the bullshit episode where that's what we do is bullshit.
Yeah. There was bullshit and there was cast, and it was casted quick. We cast it right at you.
Goddamn
like
right.
monkeys.
Because we're quick.
Like baboons.
And then we're the one pump chumps of Quickcast. Sorry for that. It just came out of I don't know where, but we're the Napoleons.
Take our fastball special.
Just wait until you watch that movie and you'll get the reference.
There you go.
All right. Love you guys.
Peace.
Gonna bring down the motherfucking house now.